Today on NFL 100, our special guest host is Ben Roethlisberger. What's up, everybody? I'm going to be reading NFL 100 today. Subscribe to Saturday Ticket. Articles 14 to 16, here we go. Article 14. Bears win 1940 title 73-0? Are you kidding me? We're not kidding. Here's the picture. The 1940 NFL Championship game was more than just the most lopsided title game in league history. The Chicago Bears' 73-0 win over the Washington football team in Washington's Griffith Stadium was significant for other reasons. For starters, it was the first championship game carried on network radio, with Hall of Fame broadcaster Red Barber calling the game to 120 stations around the country. More importantly, it highlighted the Bears' use of the T-formation offense, with three running backs lined up behind quarterback Sid Luckman in the backfield. The T-formation was more popular in college football, and Stanford University had just completed an undefeated season using it under head coach Clark Shaughnessy. Bears owner/coach George Halas brought in Shaughnessy to work with his team, and the results were immediate. But it was more than just strategy and skill that propelled the Bears, pictured above, to victory. They were highly motivated on this day. Believe it or not, the Redskins had defeated the Bears 7-3 just 3 weeks prior to the title game. Redskins owner George Preston Marshall told reporters after the game that the Bears players were crybabies and quitters. It was perhaps the first example in NFL history of the term bulletin board material, and Halas made sure to share with his players newspaper articles quoting Marshall. During the next 3 weeks, Halas kept reminding us of that defeat. Bears Hall of Fame end Dan Fortman told Pro Magazine in 1973, "I played a lot of times when we were inspired, but the team that took the field that day was the highest emotionally keyed squad I ever saw. The Bears had an emotional advantage, a strategic advantage, and apparently a talent advantage. Running back Bill Osmanski ran 68 yards for a touchdown on Chicago's second play from scrimmage, often having one of their three backs in motion before the snap. Bears had Washington's defense confused all game. It was 28-0 at halftime, and then Chicago's defense took over. The Bears recorded 8 interceptions in the game. In the third quarter alone, they returned 3 interceptions for touchdowns. When it was over, the Bears had amassed 501 yards of total offense, 382 on the ground. 10 different players scored for the Bears. Luckman had a touchdown run and 2 TD passes. It was the Bears' second straight NFL championship victory and the first of 4 straight NFL championship game appearances for Chicago. I remember Chicago beat us pretty good a couple times. 73-0. Geez, I'm glad I wasn't on Washington at that time. Lombardi named Packers coach. Here's your photo. 15. Lombardi named Packers coach, January 28, 1959. The Green Bay Packers finished 1-10-1 in 1958. This wasn't particularly newsworthy. It had been 12 years since the last time Green Bay finished with a winning record, so the expectations weren't necessarily very high when New York Giants offensive coordinator Vince Lombardi, seen here with Paul Hornung, was named the new Packers coach on January 28, 1959. 12 seasons without a losing record. Since I came into the league, my Steelers have never had a losing record. Ever! Anyway, Lombardi grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and played college football at Fordham University in the Bronx. Green Bay, Wisconsin seemed an odd landing place for this gruff New Yorker, but he was 45 years old and still desperate to get his first head coaching job in the NFL. He took what he could get. Lombardi immediately set the tone for a new era in team history. He instilled a rigorous practice regimen that paid immediate dividends. The Packers improved to 7-5 in 1959, earning Lombardi Coach of the Year honors. Of course, that was just the start. Lombardi's Packers reached the NFL championship game 6 times between 1960 and 67, winning 5 NFL titles, culminating with the first 2 Super Bowls. In just 10 seasons as head coach, Lombardi's overall career record was 105, 35, and 6. His winning percentage of .750 is easily the best of any NFL coach with at least 100 victories. Lombardi died of cancer on September 3, 1970. So profound was the mark he left on the game that the Super Bowl trophy was renamed the Vince Lombardi Trophy just 7 days later. Just a little insertion here of a picture of Cam Newton celebrating a 2018 touchdown against the Eagles. Back to you, Ben. Thank you, Mr. Ticket. Article 16 is called Chiefs Win Super Bowl IV. Show them the photo. Here it is. Looks like Len Dawson of the Chiefs pitching it to his running back with Alan Page of the Vikings. Looks like he's reading the play. Chiefs win Super Bowl IV, January 11, 1970. The AFL scored a major victory when Joe Namath and the Jets stunned the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl III, but a majority of NFL backers chalked that game up to a fluke. Couldn't happen again, they maintained, which is why the Kansas City Chiefs' victory in Super Bowl IV was such a big deal. The 1969 season was to be the last for the AFL, with the merger taking full effect in 1970. Thus, Super Bowl IV, played at Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, was a last hurrah for the upstart league, and while the Jets were the reigning world champions, there was little expectation of an AFL repeat. The Chiefs featured a stifling defense that allowed less than 13 points per game during the regular season. They held the Jets to 6 points in an AFL playoff win and the Raiders to 7 in the AFL title game. Still, they entered Super Bowl IV as 12-point underdogs to the NFL's Minnesota Vikings. Of course, not everyone was writing off the Chiefs. NFL Films boss Ed Sabol had Chiefs head coach Hank Stram wear a wireless microphone for the contest. Not that Sabol expected Kansas City to win, but he knew Stram would be more entertaining than stoic Vikings head coach Bud Grant. What ensued was television gold. Stram not only gave NFL Films one of his signature moments, but Kansas City dominated the game. Hall of Fame quarterback Len Dawson was named MVP following the Chiefs' 23-7 victory, but it was Kansas City's swarming defense that ruled the day. 6 members of the Chiefs' 1969 defense, tackles Curly Culp and Buck Buchanan, linebackers Willie Lanier and Bobby Bell, cornerback Emmett Thomas, and safety Johnny Robinson, all went on to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And that'll end things. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I heard from Saturday Ticket himself that he's going to post a highlight clip from Madden 21 tomorrow, so subscribe so you don't miss it. Goodbye. Just wanted to pop in and let you guys know that there are only 7 more episodes of this series, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break for the NFL season. We'll be back around February, though. In the meantime, expect a lot of NFL content like predictions. We might even get the coach on here. And then, of course, the Madden content, like the Gauntlet every month, some highlight clips, some coin-making methods, some challenges you guys want me to do. Comment down below some other videos you guys want me to do, and I just might do it. Goodbye.